So you are ready to travel again and your vacation package is booked. Now on to the airport. We have just completed 8 flights in the last 3 weeks, so we are pretty up to date on how to get you through airport security quickly and without incident. Here are our top 10 travel tips on getting you through TSA quickly and with ease. Hey everyone, this is Nancy from New Travel Escapes, and we have completed a really busy but exciting month of travel. 6 direct flights and 2 connecting flights, and with the number of passengers flying far exceeding pre-pandemic levels, let's just keep it simple and say that airports are extremely busy. Being prepared for TSA in order to get through quickly and with as little stress as possible has become more important than ever. Today we're going to tell you our top 10 tips on preparing for and going through TSA. For those of you who haven't flown in a while, TSA stands for Transportation Security Administration, and it came out of the USA after the 9/11 terrorist attacks. Almost every airport in the world quickly adopted TSA security measures in one form or another to have safer air travel. After you arrive at the airport, you will check in with your airline, print your boarding pass and baggage tags, and then you will drop off your checked bags and proceed to the airport security lines to have your carry-on baggage, as well as yourself, checked by security before you can proceed to your gate. This can go smoothly if you're prepared, or it can be stressful if you're not. So let's go through some things that will help you get through with as little stress as possible. First, let's talk about things you can do before you even arrive at the airport to streamline your experience. Number 1 is pack your carry-on bag properly. You are allowed to bring a 1 liter or quart-size resealable bag that holds your liquids, aerosols, gels, creams, and pastes in your carry-on bag and through to the checkpoint. These are limited to travel-size containers, and they can be a maximum of 100 milliliters or 3.4 ounces per item. Placing these items in the 1 liter or quart-size bag and separating it from your carry-on baggage facilitates the screening process. Pack it at the top of your luggage so you can easily remove it if you're asked to. Containers that are larger than 3.4 ounces or 100 milliliters go into your checked baggage. Even if there's only 50 mils of liquid in the container, but the container is larger than 100 mils, it needs to go into your checked baggage. I don't know why, this is just what they want. If you are confused or questioning about what might constitute a liquid or gel, then check on the Ask TSA Facebook page or their Twitter page, and you can find the answers to most of your questions, even if they're a little bit bizarre. If you're traveling with baby formula, breast milk, or liquid prescription medications, they are exempted from the 100 milliliter rule, and you can find more details about those exceptions online. Funnily enough, I have also found that a deck of playing cards in my carry-on often causes me to have my bag inspected. So if I'm bringing a deck of cards, I take it out and keep it separate in the bin, beside my liquids bag to avoid any confusion about what it is. Then I usually sail through. On the same packing note, don't pack anything that could possibly be used as a weapon or they will confiscate it. No corkscrews, pocket knives, Swiss Army knives, metal nail files, multi-tools, etc. You get the idea. If you have to bring something like that, it needs to go into your checked baggage. Don't pack anything like a powder in your carry-on. Powders will often get you pulled into secondary inspection. Either check it or take it out and put it in the swanky bins to eliminate any confusion about what you're bringing with you. I wasn't thinking and made the mistake of bringing some ground coffee in my carry-on once, and of course they had to inspect it to figure out what it was. I should have known better, but oh well. One last thing about your carry-on is that your portable lithium batteries have to be kept in your carry-on and not in your checked baggage. So make sure you leave room and wait for those extra batteries that you're taking to charge your phone or your drone or your camera, etc. We have found that they are getting very strict about making sure your batteries are not in checked baggage, and if they find some, they will have to pull you back off of the plane to deal with it. Number 2 is pack your liquids bag and your electronics at the top of your carry-on so you can remove them quickly and easily, if you're asked to. Don't be that person who is rummaging around in the bottom of your bag trying to get your tablet out. Pack it on top so you can get it out and be on your way. Usually everything with a keyboard has to be placed into the bin, but I am almost always asked to place my tablet in the bin as well. It often depends on the screening system they are using. Not all airport security will ask for it to be taken out, but many will, so it's best if you can grab it with ease. Number 3 is along these same lines. If you can, I suggest packing your carry-on with packing cubes. So if the security agents want to go through your bag, it is organized and it is much faster for them to go through each packing cube and easier for you to repack it when they're finished. It is a little thing, and by no means is it necessary, but it can speed things up in the event that they choose to go through your bag. Number 4 is dress for success, and with TSA screening, I mean no belts, no heavy jewelry, avoid wearing anything metal, and if you want to put it on after security, just leave it in your carry-on until you're through. If you can, I suggest avoiding wearing an underwire bra, and yes, I have had this set off the screening alarm in several different airports. Wear easy slip-on shoes because in many, not all airports, you will need to remove your footwear. If you are over the age of 75 in the USA, you do not need to remove your shoes. I think that's very nice of them. Wear socks so you can avoid having your bare feet touch the dirty floor because you never know what you might be stepping in. Finally, remove large or excess body piercings, or the security guard may be holding their fancy security wand over all the bits you have pierced. Just saying. Number 5 is empty your pockets, and I really mean empty with a capital E. Even something as small as an empty gum wrapper can make that screening light turn red, and then they need to inspect you. New travel team member Jordan went back and forth through the screening until he finally figured out it was a tiny silver gum wrapper in a pocket that was causing the screening problem. Some of the machines at the airports are that sensitive. If you are bringing a gift in your carry-on, never have it wrapped. Always keep the wrapping paper or the gift bag separate. They will almost always unwrap it to check out what it is. So far, we've talked about things that you can do in advance of getting to the airport, but you can also do some things when you arrive at the airport to get you through security quickly and easily. Number 7 is print your boarding pass. I have seen many travelers with phone screen problems, phones getting dropped, download problems, and even dead batteries that cause a holdup when trying to enter the TSA line. On this same note, I would also make sure that you print out your itinerary and keep it handy to show proof of your connecting flights if you have them. Again, it's not necessary because most of the time your phone will work just fine, but it can help you to avoid a potential problem, so a printed backup might be handy. Hold on to your passport and your boarding pass. I can't tell you how many people I have seen get frazzled in the chaos that is the TSA security lines, and then they leave their passport and boarding pass in the bin and forget them. I always hold it in my hand when going through the scanner, and I have never been asked to put it in the bin. Think about signing up for trusted traveler programs like Nexus, Global Entry, TSA PreCheck, Sentry, Programa Viajero Confiable, EasyPass, or Global Pass, just to name a few. These have separate security lines that are often much shorter in length than the regular lines. If you travel frequently to certain countries, then these might be worth having a look at to speed things up. While we're on the topic of lines, assuming you have a choice, then always go left and look for the shortest lines. Well, maybe not necessarily left, but people tend to naturally travel by foot in the same direction that they travel by car. So where people drive on the right, go opposite this when looking for lines, and the same goes for countries where people drive on the left. It's funny, kind of quirky actually, but I travel quite a bit and I have found that it holds true for most of the airport lines that I have been in. And lastly, number 10 is just a note to keep an eye on your stuff. You don't want to forget anything, and you also don't want someone grabbing your laptop out of the bin thinking that it is their laptop. It is absolutely okay to collect all of your belongings before you go through a secondary inspection, if they ask you to, so you don't misplace anything. There are almost always tables just after the security where you can put your things down and get yourself reorganized. Every airport, even within the same country, runs their TSA lines a little bit differently with slightly different equipment. So you won't need to take your shoes off every time. You won't always need to remove your liquids bags. Some even have some fancy scanners and they ask you not to remove anything from your bag at all. You do need to always make sure your pockets are empty and you're wearing minimal amounts of metal. Listen to what the security agents are telling the people ahead of you so you can prepare and be ready to go, and also be polite to them. They are just doing their job to help keep us all safe, so if they make you throw out your bottle of mouthwash because it's over 100 mils or 3.4 ounces, don't get mad. It's really your own fault for not checking in the first place. Well, I think that's it for today. We have a ton coming up on our channel. If you're thinking about shaking things up and exploring a different country or continent, we have spent 3 weeks traveling around Australia, and what an exciting country that is to explore. I highly recommend it if you ever get the chance. Aussies might even have Canadians beat in the most friendly people department, so check out our upcoming videos if you want to be inspired to visit this lovely country, and we did it on a pretty decent budget. We are also back to our favorite resorts in Mexico soon, and we will keep you updated on what is new and exciting and what else is happening there. Please like and subscribe as it helps us out a ton, and don't forget to follow us on TikTok and Instagram. Bye everybody, we'll see you again soon.